could tell you were here, honey. Hi everybody, it's Carrie and welcome back to another video. We are going to have a lot of things to do this week. Oh my gosh, guys, or however long I record this video, I have a lot of things to do. It's the 27th of February. Honestly, I can't even believe February is almost over. Today I need to send invoices out to my clients for my barn. Yesterday was absolutely crazy. I moved out of the 2 stores that I've been in for a while, and then my dogs have to go to the vets. So we took them there, and then I got back from the stores. I did my horses, and I had somebody come and look up board, and it went super well. So they're going to be moving in their horse. I don't think by the end of the month. Most of the times people try and move in the first of the month, but because it is literally the 27th and the first is like what, in 2 days, you typically have to give notice and everything. So I'm trying to figure out how that's gonna go, but it has just been really crazy, I'm gonna be honest. Today I have yarn coming. I'm super excited about that because I need some yarn for a tester call that I have. You heard me right. Remember how I've been talking about, oh, I don't have many tester calls? I do have tester calls. Was a lie. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all my stuff, guys. It's getting crazy. I need to re-tag items that were at that one store. I'm bringing a lot of items to the store that I'm staying in that is close to me, like I've mentioned before. So I'm bringing a lot of items from that store over there. So I need to re-tag them all because a lot of them have the old, you know, scan whatever thing. So I need to re-tag the whole bag, have those items done. I have these new items. These are the spring items that I'm bringing to this particular store. I'm undecided if I'll be making these for markets just because these I am, but the little chicks, I have these little Easter egg type of little chicks, and then I also have a bunny version. So I'm undecided if I'm going to be making those for markets just because my next market is the 12th and Easter is like the following weekend. So I might make a couple, but I'm also like worried if they don't sell, like I don't want to be stuck with more seasonal stuff. I have so many Grinches and gingerbread men and snowman from Christmas time, and I hate it because I don't have this space, y'all, for all of these extra plushies. So we'll see. And then I'm also bringing a couple of these to that store so they will have some spring options. So I think to that store I'm going to be bringing roughly like 50 something items, which will last me probably for most of the month. And then we will be getting ready for our April market pretty soon. So these are the new little seasonal items I'm bringing to the store. Last night I was able to finish up this custom right here. I need to go take some photos. It's a pattern that I don't typically do for horses, but I do think it turned out cute. It ended up turning out way bigger than I thought from the photo because it was in, like I think it was made with Himalaya dolphin, right? So much smaller, premier size. I did this one in Sweet Snuggles Light. Although I do have to say, this is terracotta, but I don't think my camera is going to be able to pick it up. The dyeing of this terracotta is so interesting because it's not one solid color. It's like really like one stitch will be red, the other one will be like orange. Like it's very, I don't know. It's not very consistent with the dye. But I did finish up this one, so I need to take photos of it today because they want to pick it up, I think, first week of March. And I ended up hand stitching the face markings because it was roning and it's really hard to crochet roning in. So I ended up just embroidering the face markings. Still think it turned out cute. It's just not a horse pattern that I typically would do, but I need to take photos of this guy. I have 4 tester calls that I will be working on completing. Guys, I feel so bad. I was doing so well writing in my planner. I was doing so well writing my journal, and honestly, I just haven't had the time. And more so in the sense that once I start writing in them, I pass out. Y'all know I talk about this all the time about my sleeping. Like between editing and writing, I just can't stay awake. Last night I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be nice to myself. I'm gonna go to bed at like 30 minutes early. It backfired on me so hard. Maybe because my body's not used to that, but I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I ended up waking up way more than normal. So I have fallen behind on writing this, but I did write down my testers because they're all literally within 3 days of one another. The first tester call that I have to finish up, I'm gonna include the picture on the screen, but it's this Paw-Tune fortune teller cat. I started on it yesterday. I'm gonna be doing the mashed potatoes in white, and then probably either lavender or sky blue for the crystal ball and everything. But I need the pink to arrive to do like the paws and the inner ear, and so that's gonna be arriving today from Hirschner's. So I'm not gonna continue to work on that one this morning necessarily. I got selected this morning for, I'm not gonna say their full names, but it's a pattern test of the dragons from Fourth Wing. I have actually been listening to the audiobook of Fourth Wing recently, and guys, I want to love Fourth Wing. I really do. But I don't think I'm gonna listen to the second book or the third book unless like it drastically changed or like has some amazing plot twists, which I don't think it will, because it's just, I've always known what's gonna happen. I know it's supposedly an enemies to lovers. It's not. I grew up reading Wattpad fiction. It literally reads like a Wattpad fan fiction. I don't know. I want to love it. I think the best thing for me is the dragons, which you don't really get a lot of dragons. Like, I need more dragons. I don't need main character stuff. But I did get selected to do the pattern test for the 2 main dragons, and so I got selected to do the golden one, the Feathertail. I don't really want to say her name because I can't speak normal names to begin with, but I got tested to do that one, and then if I have time I'll also probably make the other one the main dragon. And then I have that one due on the 7th, and then the 8th I have Carmen the Cow. I got selected to do another pattern test by the lovely Loops and Knots Crochet. Super excited for that one because I definitely want to make like a couple of those. I definitely have that planned, so I might have to change around some other plans that I have because I want to make one at least out of mashed potatoes again, and then a brown one, maybe a Sweet Snuggles light one probably. So I definitely want to make a lot of those. And then the last pattern test that I have written down is on the 14th. I have the Glaceon pattern test by the amazing Pebbles Crochet. I'm going to be doing that one, but I'm gonna have to change some colors and everything because I don't have the best colors in Sweet Snuggles Light to do it, and I've done all my others in Sweet Snuggles Light, so the colors might not be 100% perfect, but we're gonna wing it and see what happens. For today, I think honestly I will get started on the next pattern on the release schedule, so that would put me at starting the Fourth Wing Dragon. So I think that's my plan. I'm gonna get started on that today. I have a fairly easy day today. I need to do some editing because I've gotten really behind on YouTube videos. I'm gonna ride, but I don't have anything as crazy as like yesterday, and I have been working on an anchor. I was working on it before all of this, but it's gonna be pushed back because it's not my priority, but it's just a fun thing that I wanted to make because I've always seen people make anchor, but I've never personally been able to make one, so I'm doing that as well. So just a lot going on, but I'm gonna get started on this dragon, get something to eat, and I will check in with you guys probably once I'm a little bit further along with the dragon. What are they doing? What are they doing? You're not happy? Cats in your stall? No, I can't believe they would do that. I can't believe it. What is that? That expression, Sloan. You could be a little happy.
Then G would be responsible for marrying and airing. He shuddered at the thought. The Duke.
POV, you're the safety eyes I'm about to paint. Every time I wear this, I feel crazy. Like, half the time I don't even know if I have it on right. And, you know, I don't really care about if I make it through another day, but I do feel like I should at least put some effort into seeing the sun one more time. So, I'm ready to go. Masked up. I'm going to be painting 25mm white eyes for the little magical kitty. I will do these 20mm safety eyes for the little fourth winged dragon. I will at some point have to paint Glaceon eyes, but I'm not going to do that tonight because I'll have to do another pattern test before Glaceon. And at that rate, I will probably be painting Anchor eyes, and I don't know what color I'm going to do them yet. Oh my gosh, guys, I hate wearing this stuff. Let's not talk about my hair either, guys. It is so effing long. It's driving me crazy. But I think I'm going to do something purple, generic gold. And if you guys didn't know, I did paint safety eyes. So if you guys are ever interested in safety eyes, I have them on Etsy. And then I could also do specific special things, but let's get started. I'm listening to the audiobook from White Lady Jane, so I'm going to keep listening and we'll get painting.
Make a tray. The books for out what he wanted, besides women. Edward had... Jane couldn't seem to catch her breath. And it wasn't just that her corset was too tight, although it was, extremely. She'd always known she'd have to get married.
Well, guys, I also wanted to come on here and show you guys before my room gets even worse. The new Premiere wall. I don't know how much I had come today. I definitely had enough to, like, I only had a couple things of Premiere over here. She is filled. She is full. I feel like I should be good with Premiere. And I got some of the new colors too. So there's two in particular I like so far, which is the yellow. Is that like maize or something? I don't know. And the green, which I thought I would like, so I got two of those. I just had a feeling, you know, I was like, girl, green? But coming over here, my desk is a mess, so I'm not gonna show you guys it. I'm so sorry. I got the eyes painted. The thing I hate about sinker eyes is it's so hard to like know if it's perfect until you push it in. So I got upset at the dragon eyes. I think that's gonna be a tomorrow Carri thing. And I got so much done of the cat. I left the body downstairs and it's 9:32. I don't have the energy to go get the body because then I would have to start sewing everything. I still have to make the cape and everything. I made a little cauldron, but I'm gonna crochet like stars and everything into it. But I did get the eyes done. So this is what I went for the eyes because the cape is probably going to be light blue and purple. So I wanted to carry that in. Super cute. And I got like all the feet are so cute to me. They're so tiny and so small and like perfect. So I got all the pieces done. And I just gotta do like the wizard stuff tomorrow. Dragon's pretty much done. I ended up sewing a good deal of it earlier today. Literally all I have to do is finish the head, put the eyes in, and sew the wings, which I already have the wings done. I'm gonna be able to get that done tomorrow. I sent the horse off and the person seemed to like it. So I just gotta figure out a time to meet and everything, but I didn't feel like replying back tonight. Do you see a very common theme? For the rest of the night though, I'm going to start editing a vlog and try and get a little bit more back onto, like I said, doing content again. I've been slacking. Life is so, it's not deja vu, it's deja blue.
Bumble.
What are you doing? She's protecting me. They're not close, honey. She's like, nope, I'm not gonna leave. Good afternoon, everybody. It is the 28th, and I'm checking on late. Per the norm, y'all. Late. Today was just really weird for crocheting, if I'm gonna be honest. I honestly didn't crochet that much. I made like a couple limbs for one pattern test, and then I was working on finishing up 2 pattern tests and still had to make a few things, so I guess I did crochet some, but it was just like not the same as normal. But I'm so excited I was able to get 2 more pattern tests done. So basically right now I only have 2 more to finish up. So great news, y'all. Tomorrow I'm gonna be meeting in person to pick up that horse. I have to go to kind of like into one of the cities. It's like 30-40 minutes away from me, and so I have to go there anyway for something with a horse, and so they live super close, so I'm gonna meet them at the place when I go and pick up the name tag. And today was also a very exciting day because I let my other cats out, Bumble and Bunny. We let them out today because I was kind of like, it's already been 4 weeks, right? You're supposed to wait like 3 weeks, whatever. The more I kind of sat there, I was like, you know, I just don't think like their feelings for people aren't gonna change in another week, another 2 weeks. They have kind of made peace with like existing around you as long as you don't like go up to them or anything. But they don't really want to be pet. They don't want any of that. Like, they are feral cats. So I was kind of like, I don't see how waiting is gonna do anything, and Honey and them have found their coexistence. Like, it's like I don't really see the point in continuing to keep them in a cage. So we let them out this morning, and honestly it has gone a lot better than I thought it would. I hope it continues to go well, and I hope I can get them to the point where they will come back into the barn at night, because if you guys don't know, I close my barn up at night. Honey and Bee, I was able to train pretty easily to come when I call. So I call their names and everything at night. They come like running into the barn. I close my big doors and they just stay in the barn all night. Of course, in the morning when I let the horses out, they do run outside. It is 5 o'clock in the morning, but they tend to stay somewhat like around the barns. I don't typically worry too much about something happening to them. Ideally, I'd love it if they stay in the barn, but you know, they are cats. The moment you open a door, they're out. Sorry if the angle changed. I had to delete some footage. Right now, we are doing 100 times better than I thought. They did not run away today, which was really surprising, and they didn't climb into my roof yet, which is really surprising because when I let Bee and Honey out, they climbed into my roof, like my rafters, and stayed up there for like 2 or 3 days. It was a while and nobody saw them. So these guys were like running around. I was taking care of Sloan and everything, and they were just like right down the hallway from me. I was surprised they were willing to be out so much around people. The 2 big things that I got done today are the 2 pattern tests. So I still have the Cumming the Cow pattern test and the Glaceon pattern test. But I was able to get these 2 done, so I guess I'll start with this guy because you guys can see him in the background. So this is the 4th winged dragon, like I had mentioned about. It's super cute. It's definitely pretty small, so I don't know how exactly I'm going to be pricing it, especially since I did do the hand painted eyes. The dragons I've done that are this size normally, I don't hand paint the eyes. I just use normal safety eyes, but this one I did because I do tend to paint them for pattern tests unless I really think it looks good with just like a normal safety eye. But I got the eyes painted and everything. You guys saw that last night. I finally came to terms with it today with how I was gonna put the eyes because it was driving me crazy last night. Like, I just couldn't figure it out in my head where I was gonna put them for it to not look bad to me. I got this cutie done. It does involve a good deal of sewing. Both of the things that I made today both involved like a fairly good deal of sewing, so if you don't like sewing, can't say I'd recommend these patterns. But it did end up super cute, and as you can see, I'm like covered in fluff in it. Also, this mustard yarn, I swear in Sweet Snuggles Light or you know, Chanel Home Slim always sheds a ton. I got the little feather light done, and the big one that took up most of the time today was I finally got my little fortune teller cat done. So this comes with a completely removable cloak. I'm not gonna take the bow out because I can't be bothered. I have spent so much time on this today. But it's got another cloak. You know, always looking beneath the cloak is kind of scary, but it is what it is. I have the little fortune teller crystal ball right here, and then we have the little jewel as well. Now the headpiece, I'm not 100% certain. I could have done this wrong, but it's how I just decided to do it. I kind of wrapped it around like this. You could not sew it, but by the time I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and sew it down because honestly, thinking about the aspect of, well, this is going to be going to markets and then being in boxes, I didn't want to have like this be a completely separate piece that you took off. I didn't want this to be a separate piece and this be a separate piece. Like, it definitely seemed like it would be a really big hassle, especially if, you know, it's at a market table and there's all these people grabbing it and like all these things. So I did sew down the hat. I sewed down this and then also used a little bit of glue to reinforce it. If you guys don't know, I use this glue right here to reinforce a lot of things. Typically a lot of it is embroidery, so like when I do the safety eyes and there's like white around the pupil, I usually use that. Or if things need a little bit more reinforcing and I don't necessarily want to sew, or maybe they also need some extra help even with sewing. It does happen sometimes. I think it turned out super cute. I think it was a ton of work. Granted, I did do this one in Premiere, so it is smaller. So I don't really know how I would price it because it's like one of those things where like it's not insanely big, but it did require a lot of sewing. Let me tell you, I think every single piece on this is completely separate and there's like nothing crocheted into the body at all. We got the little tail too. It definitely was a sewing labor of love, which I've mentioned this multiple times. Sewing doesn't really bother me that much anymore. Like sometimes I honestly like it a little bit more than not sewing because I feel like sometimes when I do no sew, I'm so confined to where our piece has to go, or sometimes, you know, you crochet it and you're like, oh, I really wish I could have taken that out or waited to do it until like the body was done. So I don't mind sewing that much. I definitely think when I try and do like cheap items, I need to have less sewing, but this was a good deal of sewing. I will definitely give them that, but still at the end I do think it turned out super cute. I can't wait to see what people's reactions are because I don't know if many people are going to be like, ah, like, you know how all my other stuff is, but at the end of the day I like it. I like the colors. I liked just pretty much everything about it. It still turned out super cute even though I had to sew a lot. So guys, we were able to get through 2 pattern tests. I still have 2 more, of course, but luckily the remaining pattern tests I'm doing until, well, I should say until Glaceon. The cow that I will be continuing to work on tomorrow is much more straightforward, although I do kind of plan on maybe making 1 or 2 of that pattern test because I think it will do really well at markets and everything, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different color, so I want to make sure that I can remake some. But you guys can't tell, but I'm literally almost falling asleep as I'm recording this. My eyes keep wanting to close. I am going to end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to also include some b-roll with the cats and everything, and I will catch you guys in the next vlog, which will probably be continuing my last couple pattern tests, or it will be something else. Who knows? Who knows? But I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!